about vaccines, and fear around vaccines has unfortunately become really common, and I wanted to address some of the more common things that I've been seeing in the comment section. Vaccines do not cause autism. Like, none of them cause autism. There was a guy who published a study that had a bunch of fraudulent data. It has since been retracted. They've done a bunch of other studies to try to see if there's a connection between the two, and there is not. Lots of big studies have shown vaccines do not cause autism. All the routine childhood vaccines went through extensive clinical testing and trials before they came to market, which is when we start to give them to the general public. Even after that point, we do continued surveillance to see if there's any issues that come up with the vaccines. We use something called VAERS to report side effects, reactions, any issues with vaccines. Just because something is reported to that system doesn't mean it's from the vaccine. For example, there is someone who got struck by lightning on that system. It probably wasn't the vaccine. It was probably just a timing coincidence. The word toxic is a buzzword because literally anything can be toxic in high enough doses. Oxygen, water, magnesium, coconut water, Vicks, anything. And there is also a safe range of everything. The toxin people are usually referencing is mercury, which is something that is naturally occurring in our environment. Methylmercury exists in things like fish, and it's why we say not to eat too much because high doses can be potentially dangerous. We do use something that is an ethylmercury compound in multi-dose vaccines. It is not in most routine childhood vaccines. And again, it is not the same thing as methylmercury, which is the bad one. It's kind of like saying carbon monoxide, which is bad, and carbon dioxide, which is essential for life, are the same thing. They're not. They're obviously very different compounds. The big pharma argument is actually kind of funny because big wellness is so much bigger of an industry than big pharma. And pediatricians easily give more vaccines than any other specialty, and they're among the lowest paid specialty. So if big pharma is paying anybody money, it's not the pediatricians. And if you want to know how much a doctor's taking from big pharma, you could just go to this website and look it up. You have to report any money that you take from big pharma. I get really frustrated with the influencers, creators, and just people in general who speak about how unhealthy and toxic vaccines are. But these are people generally who don't have the authority to speak on it, and they don't have any accountability for what they say. And a lot of times they're peddling a supplement, which is a unregulated industry. There's like literally no guarantee of what's actually in the bottle. And on the other side, you have vaccines that are extensively tested, monitored, highly regulated, and we have decades often of data to show that they are effective. I know that you may have heard lots of things online about vaccines, and you may be feeling scared, confused, or hesitant about them. I want to provide some reassurance that while no medical intervention is completely without risk, the benefits of vaccines vastly outweigh the risks. False information about vaccines